Okay, now that we have a FreeCAD app image on our screen, we need to start installing MechSim. First we need to just make sure that it has been run at least once, so we run it, which takes a little while on the system, typical system. Okay, so it's been run, so it has kind of opened up and created all the directories it will need to run. Now we go to our console. Out of our home directory we type cd dot local slash share slash FreeCAD slash mod. Okay, and once we've done that, we type git clone https github.com /cecilcherms /MechSim. Okay, so that's what we need to be able to download a copy of MechSim onto our computer. Now I'm not going to do it right there because I don't want to overwrite what I have there already, because if you look there you see MechSim has already been loaded into my mod directory. So I'm just going to show you how to do it in your home directory. So that's what you wrote there when you're in your mod directory, and I'm sorry, we still need a .git at the end there. Okay, so you must have that up top there, and enter, and it will now say that it's cloning into MechSim, etc., etc. And I'm going to stop that because I already have downloaded that. Fine. That's all that it takes to install MechSim onto your FreeCAD. We go back to FreeCAD. And we can open our workbench, and there we see all of our workbenches that are currently available, and MechSim has joined them. So we are correctly installed. Okay, now we need to put an assembly together so that we've got something to work with. And to put an assembly together, you need to make some bodies to put together, and I've done that work for you already for this tutorial. So I'm going to go File, Open, and I'm going to go from my home directory to .local /share /FreeCAD /mod. Enter, and there you see there's my MechSim directory. Now just a tip, we're going to be coming back to this a couple of times, so it makes it easier if you just grab this guy and drag him into this column on this side and let go, and that then has made a shortcut to this directory over here, so you don't have to do that .local .share .FreeCAD anymore. You just click on that, and there we are. This is our MechSim directory. So if you go to demo models, and you open up tutorial 1 parts, right, you'll find 2 parts sitting there that we're going to be using. I'm going to save this as tutorial 1 assembly, just so that if I by accident save while we're working, I don't overwrite the actual parts one. Right, so if I now Control S at any time, it will save the current status of my assembly. Fine. So in order to assemble these guys together, we need to make an assembly. So I go to my workbench, assembly. Okay, and that has enabled me to initialize the assembly that I want to make. So that's the icon for that, and there we are initialized. Now note that if we happen to not have a green background to assembly, this is not going to show up or show up as grey, and that is highly frustrating because you don't know how to get it back. So at this stage, let me save you a lot of time. Make sure that that is green when you are busy with an assembly. Fine. Now we want to add some parts to our assembly. So I'm going to insert a component, and here we have components. I'm just going to make this smaller so that we don't have problems. Okay, so here we have the possible components we can add. Insert component. So we're going to insert a ground part. Okay, so he's arrived, and you might see here a box that says this is the first part that you've added, you want this to be ground, and the answer is always, because that's how MechSim is going to work. So the first part that you insert is always connected to ground. Okay, fine. Then we're going to add a piece of string to that, and we're going to add a weight to it at the bottom. Okay, and now that we've done that, that's all fine. So we now have 3 components in our assembly, and for ease of work later, I'm going to rename them. So that is mark it and push F2, and I'm going to mark this to ground, rename that to string. This is purely optional, but it helps to keep track of what's happening. And I'm going to rename that to weight. Note that the original names are never changed, the internal names. If you don't have this column, go to your view and add this to your options. Fine. So inside my assembly, I currently have one joint, which is that first guy that is jointed to ground. Okay, it's always called the grounded joint. And then I have one body, and that's how it was all put together. Another component, ground, string, and weight. Okay, and you will see that if you go to the grounded joint and ask for its properties, you will see that its object connected to ground, its internal name is ground part, and my name is ground. So this is the object that is connected to ground by this joint called grounded joint.